I want to take this article title and turn it into an opportunity for confidence, improved health, and taking our power back, rather than fear or worry or powerlessness. This title can spark fear, worry, feeling powerless, can't it? What do you feel when you see this? Maybe you feel groovy. That's great. But if you feel any worry, any panic, I would say that's normal. That's what the headlines tend to do, right? They can cause us to feel scared, like things are out of control. But let's take our power back, okay? I have found that in articles such as this one, there are some holes, there are some gaps, and the gaps and holes are where the light shines through, and that light is our guidance, okay? I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I don't work in the medical field, I'm just a gal. Technically, I'm a health coach and a Thai body worker, certified in both of those, but that's not really it. I'm a person, I'm a woman, I live in a body, I'm curious, I ask questions, and we all have access to this. We all get to know our bodies, we all get to support our health, we all get to be curious, ask questions, dig deeper, and walk through the world with less fear, more confidence, more empowerment in our choices in our daily life. So that's the mindset I have going into this right now. This isn't advice, but I want to show you how I've learned to find confidence and improved health through article titles such as this one that could otherwise prompt fear or worry. So this is a short article, and when we skim through it, we see that there's a warning. There's a surge in Lyme disease cases in Michigan, up 168% in the recent few years. Ticks have been expanding their range, okay? These are things that can cause us to feel powerless. I don't know about you. I could see how that would be a feeling upon reading these words. The word warning is kind of like a red flag word. When we dig deeper, we are taught how to, through this article, prevent Lyme disease. And they say prevent Lyme disease by preventing tick bites. Use a bug spray, avoid brush in the woods where ticks tend to live, wash your clothes with a certain product, they say. And they say if you get a tick bite, remove it. If it's been there for 24 hours, go see a doctor. You might need antibiotics. That's what they tell you. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't do any of that, but that's a lot of looking outward, buying a product, asking for help, receiving a pharmaceutical drug. Great, fine. But what is missing from their guidance? If you dig deeper, what's missing is how to care for ourselves and the importance of caring for our health. How are we living? That's a question we can all ask ourselves all the time. How am I living? How am I living so as to create a thriving, healthy inner environment? How am I living so as to do my best to prevent disease and also treat disease, as if how I live, my lifestyle choices, my daily choices can encourage health, encourage healing, prevention, and treatment. That's how I see health. My body can do so much for me. And so often when I see article titles like this one on this topic or any, we are not seeing how lifestyle is important, how our daily choices are so important. And they often touch on treatment, on going to the doctor, on hoping something doesn't happen, even though all these numbers are going up, when really there's so much power in our hands through our daily choices. So in case you don't know, I just learned a little bit about Lyme disease. I've learned about it a little in the past. This is from someone who doesn't have a science background, but we can all look things up and be curious. Lyme disease can be transmitted through a tick bite, and it's a bacteria. Early symptoms can be kind of like flu-like, fever, rash, aches. And it's said that, according to the Mayo Clinic, you should get antibiotics and early treatment. If it's not treated early, it can heal in 6 to 8 weeks, or it could result in long-term effects like neurological problems, joint problems, fatigue, etc. Okay, well, that feels like wishing on a star that it goes one way, versus the other way, or needing to depend so heavily on doctors. Once again, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, but there is still a missing link, which is how we are taking care of ourselves every single day. So when I see a title article like this, I can ask myself, well, how am I living? Because we often don't hear how the people who end up with Lyme disease or any disease, how they're living, truthfully. And even if they told us, we still wouldn't really know, because life and health is not just about running marathons and eating vegetables and eating, your fruits. It's how you're living all day. It's your thoughts, it's your emotions, it's your choices. Are you chewing your food? Are you following your dreams? Are you spending quality time with people who lift you up and who you lift up? Are you moving in love? Your health is not just going for a jog, lifting weights, and eating, a balanced meal, though those things are important too, movement. But it's everything. And I know you know this. So when I hear a story, so often you can hear people say, I'm surprised this person got a disease. They're so healthy. Well, what does that mean? What do you mean by that? You see them exercise, you see them eat well, they have clear skin, they look healthy, they have a healthy weight. We are so much more than that. We are our emotions. We are what we do with our emotions. We are our thoughts, our connection, our relationships, our nourishment, how we're nourishing our lives. With Lyme disease, there's two people who come to mind who have been in the media, who have talked about their experience with Lyme disease, and it's Bella Hadid, who's a model, and her mom, Yolanda Hadid, who was a model too, I think still is. And they talk about it and have lived with it. I don't know their current state, but they talked about experiencing it for 10 years, and it was kind of a mystery, and it really bogged them down. And I'm not here to say that's not true. I'm not here to challenge what they felt. I believe that that's how they felt. But once again, we never really know how anyone is living. We don't know their whole story. Even if they told us, we still don't know their whole story. We cannot look outward for the guidance. We need to look within. How am I living? What can I do every day? Not obsessively, not rigidly, but what can I do, and what am I honestly doing? That's a big part of it. Are we being honest with ourselves? Are we being real when we talk about our decisions? Are we doing things that, suck the life out of us, make us depressed, make us feel anxious and antsy, or are we living fulfilled lives? We know that stress can suppress our immune system. I don't need to be an expert in health to kind of connect the dots on these things. I know exercise is important. I know eating nourishing foods is important. I know getting quality sleep. I know being grateful is important. Getting outside, connecting with people. I know, and the more I know myself, the better I can take care of myself, because I know what feels life-giving and what feels soul-sucking. It's this dance of life to get to know who we are. And when I take care of myself, I can help to prevent disease and help to heal disease. One thing that helped to hit this subject home, was when I adopted my dog. I have a dog, I've had him for almost 3 years, never had a dog before. But when you get a dog, if you know or don't know, typically vets require, or encourage rather, lots of vaccines, tick pill for tick bite prevention or Lyme disease prevention and heartworm prevention. They are encouraged to take all these pills and vaccines. And I've learned so much since adopting him. And I found there's a lot of vets and dog owners who challenge these vaccines. Same with people, right? Vaccines, challenge the vaccines and the pills, and talk about lifestyle. How is your dog living? Same as us. There are people who have dogs that are 18, 19, 20, and they don't give their dog the vaccines, don't give their dog the tick prevention and heartworm prevention, but they say what helps to keep their dog healthy, and it's the dog's lifestyle. Are they getting exercise? Are they outside? Are they fulfilled? Do they know how to be calm? It's a known thing if you listen to dog trainers that dogs in the USA, that's where I live, are more anxious than in other countries. But dogs are also a reflection of us. They feel everything. So does that mean we're more anxious? Maybe. The dogs that don't necessarily receive this constant pharmaceutical treatment and the owners are really active in taking care of their health through lifestyle, talk about fulfillment and calmness and exercise and play and, time in the sun and all the things that we need too. So the more I've learned to help my dog, the more I've learned to help myself. And because I have to be I'm the one who helps him. If he wants to go on a walk, I get to take him. So it actually has improved my health too. And I've learned about my health through caring for his. So what do we need to thrive? What do we need to be healthy, to help our bodies to heal, to help our bodies to prevent disease? We can all be curious like this. We can all dig deeper, and I don't believe we need to be experts in health to know how to support our health, how to help our health, how to thrive, how to support our inner environment. We know what we need, and if we don't, we can figure it out. I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. I'm not saying don't ask for help. But so often when I see articles like this, there is a big hole, and it's in daily choices. It's in the power of our choices. It's in the power of how we are living. So I'm not putting blame on anyone for experiencing disease. Of course not. It's about learning. It's about taking accountability. It's about taking our power back. All hope is not lost. We are not powerless. And so what if the ticks continue to rise? What if they continue to spread? Then I can level up even more. I can take even better care of myself. When an article pops up, I go, how am I living? What am I doing for myself? Am I being honest with myself? Am I nourishing my life? Once again, and not obsessively, but am I living my full day? Lessons from the dog. Am I fulfilled? He's sitting right there. Am I fulfilled? Am I calm? Am I releasing emotions rather than holding on to them, anger, bitterness, rage? Am I moving in love? Am I getting human connection? What do I need to do to make these things happen? Am I nourishing myself? Am I chewing my food? Am I getting the rest I need? How can I help myself? So when we see article titles like this, we can look for the holes, for the gaps and say, well, I'm not seeing anything about these people's lifestyle. I'm not seeing anything about what I can do as an individual to help prevent or treat that isn't just buying a product or coating myself in chemicals or avoiding the woods. I love the woods. I want to go there. I go there all the time. So what can I do? What am I doing to care for myself, to care for my inner environment? So this title triggers me in a good way. Okay, how am I living? Oh, maybe I should make a little change here or there, or maybe a big change. It's this puzzle of possibilities. We can dig deeper and be curious, even without a health degree. Just because we're people and we are the consumers of information like this, and we have bodies, and we can be masters of our bodies, and we can dig deeper and say, okay, this doesn't add up, or this does, and where do I come into this? Where do my choices come into this? How can I help myself every day? It's pretty cool. What do you think?